Welcome to Which Way. I'm Elise and this is the top 3 witchy films and series of 2023 and what to look forward to in 2024. These are in no particular order and based purely off of my own enjoyment, so let's kick it off with movies. The Unbinding. This documentary follows the curators of the Travelling Museum of the Paranormal and Occult, who are sent an object that is even too volatile for their collection, the Catskills Crone. Paranormal activity surrounds this carved wooden statue, and they embark on the process of returning it to the place it was found, to placate the possible spirits bound to it. This documentary is beautifully filmed and has taken years to complete. The ritual they used to unbind this statue was cast simultaneously by dozens of witches to assist with the outcome of the spell. The Haunted Mansion. Anyone who steps foot into this haunted mansion attracts the spirits within, accosted by them even when they have left the building. So these people band together and, assisted by a psychic medium, they try to uncover why the mansion is the hub of so much spiritual activity and who was responsible for its beginning. This film is a remake of the 2003 film of the same name, but tackles it from another angle, and both are based on the Disneyland ride of the same name. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. A band of thieves embark on an adventure and uncover a dastardly plot, and only they can save everyone. While technically not witches, as this isn't an official class in D&D, there are wizards and sorcerers, and I absolutely loved this film with its practical effects, and it was chock full of Dungeons and Dragons lore. And now for the series. The Changeling. Emma and Apollo are new parents and struggling to find their new normal. On top of this, Emma is receiving strange texts that disappear soon after, and she suspects something isn't right with the baby. They are divided when Emma commits an unspeakable act before disappearing. Apollo wants to know why this happened and discovers a mysterious new world. Trigger warning for this series as it deals with some dark subjects. Though it was beautifully filmed and though it was set in a modern setting, it has a very retro vibe and the acting is absolutely amazing. It's also based off the book of the same name by Victor Lavelle, who also narrates the series. I highly recommend checking out the book as well. The Mayfair Witches. A neurosurgeon learns she has innate magical abilities. This discovery leads her to explore her family connections, where she is part of a magical lineage, though one that is shrouded in the shadow of a sinister presence, which soon makes itself known to her. I really liked the way they portrayed the use of magic in this show and the historical flashbacks. This series is also based off of a book, Anne Rice's Lives of the Mayfair Witches trilogy, though I'm loath to compare the two as the show stands up better when not scrutinizing it to its source material. Think of them as two separate entities, though you will really like the books if you have liked this series. A Kind of Spark. An autistic teenager living in a small town discovers its dark past. Witch trials occurred in the area. People were persecuted just for being different, and she soon finds that not much has changed when she starts a campaign for a memorial to those who lost their lives in the trials. This was a very wholesome show with great representation and plenty of witch lore. Enough that I was able to make a video on it. And now, what's coming in 2024? Witchboard. This is a remake of the 80s film of the same name, and this film looks into the origins of who created the Witchboard. Our protagonists seemingly haunted by an evil presence. Wicked Part 1. This is a film adaptation of the musical of the same name, which was inspired by a book, which was inspired by a film, which was inspired by a book. This is the origin story of the Wicked Witch of the West and her surprising friendship with Glinda the Good Witch. And it's set to release November 2024. Baghead. A witch-like creature locked in a basement can shapeshift into the dead, allowing people to communicate with their lost loved ones, but only for 2 minutes. This horror looks very promising, though I'm not sure if this creature is actually a witch, and it releases February 2024. Sanctuary, a witch's tale. In this series, witches live openly in the community, but old fears rise when a boy is found dead, perhaps murdered by magical means. This series seems very different. I don't think I have seen one where witches live so openly. This is also an adaptation of a book and looks very promising indeed, and airs January 2024. Agatha Darkhold Diaries. Previously Agatha Coven of Chaos, and previously Agatha House of Harkness. This is a spin-off of the WandaVision series following the revelation that Agatha is a witch, and not much is known about the plot at this time. Rise of the Witches. This series has 2 feuding covens of witches. 2 witches from these rival covens fight to have control over their own lives. This series too is based off of a book and looks very interesting. What are you looking forward to watching? Let me know in the comments, as well as any witchy recommendations for my upcoming witch lore reviews. And please remember to complete your Witch Way ritual in liking this video, giving it a share, and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And if you would really like to help out, you can contribute to supporting my channel by donating via the Super Thanks. And as always, thank you very much for watching here on Witch Way.